It will tell me. It says
Me.
streaming is now. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our live interview tonight with the amazing Kim Colling. I met Kim about probably 5 years ago now, and we just were connected via another business that we were both involved in, and and then she reached out to me and helped to change my life. So I've invited her on tonight to share with you a couple of things, a little bit about herself and why she does what she does and how getting involved in her side gig, which I'll let her talk to you about, is eventually going to turn into her full-time gig, and why she's doing this and what it's helped her with so far. So welcome, Kim.
Thank you. Hi.
Just tell us a little bit about yourself and whoever's watching tonight.
So you'll probably tell from my accent I am South African. So I immigrated to Australia it was in 2003, so quite a while ago. And I'm an accountant by day. So I have worked mostly full-time in accounting roles. Recently, I've managed to drop back to 4 days, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so accountant really, numbers girl. And then somehow I got sucked into this awesome, crazy world of network marketing, which I love in the health and wellness space. And that's my passion and sort of side gig. And as Sandra mentioned, hopefully it'll become my full-time gig in the not too distant future. So a
Yay.
bit excited about that. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so first of all, tell us how you got involved in, your side gig that we like to call it for short. But, we say side gig, but we don't treat it as a hobby. We treat it as a proper business. And I think that's the key for a lot of people to understand. But how did you get involved in it?
So I've never been one to really just sit around and watch TV in the evening. I think back on my life, when I got to Australia, I got involved I didn't even realize it was network marketing. Bought some skincare, and I had an opportunity that if I shared it, I could get the maximum discount on skincare. So I ended up doing party plans. Sorry, working from home, children don't. You're on a live. Sorry, yes, I did. I got involved in that. I was doing party plan just to kind of get myself to a level where I could get the maximum discounts. And then I had a baby, and that just party plan and baby just didn't work out so well. So I stopped that. I decided that was too hard basket. And then I ended up doing competitions just for like a hobby. I'd spent hours and hours entering competitions, and I won a heap of cool stuff, and that was fun. So I never really sat around and did nothing. Yeah, even though I didn't really know I was looking for a business per se, I'm just not happy with mediocre.
Yeah.
Never wanted to just I want to always do better, do the best for our family and see what else we can achieve and set ourselves up to do. And that's why I'm an accountant. I want to earn enough money to be comfortable.
Yep.
And so I did the competition thing for a while, and then that got like I was just winning less and less because it got harder with Facebook. And then what happened then? Yeah, had some health concerns and I wanted to lose weight as well. So I started with another company with the shake program. Can I say the name? Does it matter? I started with Isogenics, and I still love I love the product. Absolutely love I'm still an isoholic. I'm an alcoholic. My name's Kim, and so I live on my shakes. And then I kind of got sucked into the crazy world of the business because I was invited to go to an event, and I was like, "Yay, girls trip!" I had young kids. I was like, "I can escape." And then I was like, "Wow, this actually sounds really good. There's a business. Network marketing is a great business." So I
Yep.
started doing that, and I worked really, really hard for a couple of years, but I was spending more than I was earning every single month. So it wasn't a great business model, even if you're not an accountant. The idea if you're in a business is to make money, not spend money.
Yeah.
And so after all that time of sort of working too hard, my husband just said, "You're wasting our lives. Like we never see you. You're always working hard. You work all day, then you work all night, and we're not making any money." And I said, "All right." So I actually rang one of my friends and I said, "I'm out. I'm quitting. I'm done." And she said, "Hang on. Hang on. We found this little yellow pill." I'm like, "Okay, keep talking." And so they'd come across this product, Protanum, which is I'm very passionate about sharing. It's in the health and wellness space. It's a network marketing company. And we checked out uh, um, what would make it a good business. And so then I said to my husband, "Oh, honey, there's another one." And he went, "Oh, you're kidding." This was in April 2016. And so he said to me, he said, "All right, you can do another one, but if you're not making money by December, you're done." And I said, "All right, deal." And yeah, the rest is history. I sort of, it's as I said, health and wellness, which is my passion anyway,
Yeah.
but as a product's more affordable, so people actually do buy it and do stay on it. and I've managed to grow quite a good business with that. So I've made a lot more than I'm spending every
Yep.
single month, and it's just growing and growing and growing, which is really great because I'm getting to earn money while helping people
Absolutely.
and meeting cool people like Sandra.
Yeah, of course. So obviously, I mean, we see a lot of amazing, life-changing things on a daily basis. Um, and we can talk to you about those, but not online, because we have to be compliant. But yeah, really amazing stuff and what this does. Kim, tell us and tell people that are watching, what are some of the reasons that you chose LifeVantage to be where, I guess, your home and where, what made it different, in other words?
I think what really sets it apart from many other opportunities out there, because there's a lot of good opportunities, is that the product is affordable. It's
Mm,
very, very unique. Like there is no competition. Nobody else has NRF2 activators, which is our flagship product. No one else is in that activation space at the moment. So
yep,
unique and affordable, which is key. So I know with the shakes, a lot of people would want to have the shakes, but then they go, it's too expensive, I can't afford it. They get a bill, they drop off. Because our products are affordable and they work, we've got science, we've got 26 studies proving the products work, and people actually feel results, they tend to stay on them. So you've got a business with some retention.
yep,
So that was pretty important. Looking at the company wise, it's a NASDAQ traded company, so it's got shareholders, which, there's a lot of pros to that because they can't just change the rules on you overnight. It's obviously a lot of integrity and honesty in there. They can't do anything dodgy, so there's no question about the integrity of the company. And so that was obviously helpful. And then the compensation plan.
yep,
There's some really good upfront money to be made while you're building your long-term income, because residual income takes a while to build. Anyone who's
yes,
done network marketing will know that it takes a
yep,
while to build that repeat income. But what was missing in my previous gigs was that upfront money. So people would say, oh, let's, come to Sydney for an event, come for the weekend. And I'm like, well, how am I going to pay for the accommodation? What budget am I stealing money from to pay for my trip? With
yes,
LifeVantage, because the upfront money's been so good, I've been able to fund all my personal development, all my trips, jump on a plane, go to Brisbane, go to America. I've done like three or four trips I've paid for to America,
yeah.
and that's all out of my business. It's not costing my family any money. Plus, it keeps us all in as much product as we want. So
That's amazing. It's yeah, and I can totally relate to everything that you've said because I
yeah,
was there, and which is why I made the change as well. Um, I
but I
love that.
will
Yeah, go on.
just I will say that it's you can only do that when you're passionate about a product, and
Absolutely.
you've got to find a business that aligns with what you want. So for me, health and wellness is that I'm passionate about prevention. I don't want to get Parkinson's, cancer, Alzheimer's, any of those things to get older. So I want to eat healthier. I want to have filtered water. I've got a filter system in my whole house, so we're showering
Mm,
chlorine-free water. All of
yep.
that stuff's important to me. So I would not do well in a travel business. I mean, I like travel, but I'm not passionate about sharing about travel. I'm passionate about sharing,
Absolutely.
but I can't not share these products, even if I wasn't doing a business with it.
Yep.
Because when you hear the life-changing stories, as Sandra said, we won't go into those details now, but talk to us offline.
Mm.
You just can't not share it with people because you potentially could change their life.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know for the people that are listening that don't know my story, like it really was life-changing for me. My change just from starting the product, I had exhausted every single thing in order to help me with my foot pain. And it was not until I started the NRF2 activator that within 4 months I completely had no more pain. Like I couldn't do the simple things of standing. Like that is really debilitating when you are in daily pain. And because I had such a and I say it's life changing because it really was, I was able to do things that I couldn't do before. Um, that's why I looked at it and I went, hey, this is awesome. I've got to tell people about this. So,
Yeah.
it's something that needs to be, the word needs to be spread, and it's people like yourself and me and other people that I've been interviewing that are doing this, and we want more people to do it because we want people out there to know, as many people as possible.
I heard a story, and I don't know how compliant it is, so I'll try and keep it compliant. But I heard a story last night that, there was a kid born with some sort of disorder that you couldn't touch its skin. So the mum could never sit and tickle at the kid's back
Oh,
or anything. The kid
wow.
would just scream in pain the
Oh,
minute if they were just
that's
touched.
really sad.
And they were desperate, and they said, well, let's just try Protanum and see, if like it's not going to hurt. Let's just see what happens.
Mm,
And I don't know if it's 3 or 4 months in or how many months in it is, but the 4-year-old came and lay on the mum's legs and said, please, can you tickle my back? and the mum can actually touch her child for like the first time in forever.
Wow.
Like stuff like that, you can't not share an amazing product when stuff like that is happening to people.
Yeah,
So, and yeah,
absolutely.
there's just the amount of stories, the goosebumps, so
Yeah,
many.
absolutely. And if you do want to know more about those kind of stories that we can tell you in a compliant way, we do have a group that we can add you to. So if you're interested in being added to that group, just comment below and I can do that for you. The other thing I want to ask you, Kim, is okay, so people that are watching may not be or know about network marketing. So you've kind of explained that, or they may have an idea about it but they already have a full-time job, which they like, but they're also looking for another income stream. So I know that you're an accountant and you work full-time. How do you manage it all? What do you do?
Planning.
Besides the days
Actually,
where you feel like you're going to tear your hair out.
yeah, that's usually because of the kids.
Yeah,
It just comes down to planning. And what I've noticed with myself and other people in the business, typically most of the movers and shakers are the people that are working and
yeah,
doing this part-time. The people that
true.
are doing it full-time, no, not necessarily going faster or doing more work. And I think it's because you want something done, give it to a busy person, because we have to plan our lives and schedule it in. And I noticed even when I started working the 4 days a year or two ago, and I was like, yeah, I've got a day for network marketing. I very seldom spend even 6 hours on my day off doing the network marketing work.
Mm,
And I'll find myself sometimes, if I don't want to do something at night, going, oh, I can do that on my day off, and then I
yeah,
don't.
yeah,
Whereas when you don't have the day off and you're working full time, you plan your week, you schedule it out, and then you just stick to your schedule. So the
mm,
key really is with anything is starting at the beginning of your week with your calendar, locking in what's the non-negotiables. Obviously going to work's non-negotiable. If there's sport, whatever else is on, then looking at your gaps and going, well, how much time can you give your business? It could be half an hour a day, it could be an hour a day, it could be 2 hours some days. Like, you just work out what it is you can give to your business, lock that in, and then be strict with that time in terms of doing um, activities that are going to grow your business during that time, not scrolling Facebook.
yeah,
And I find the weeks
absolutely.
when I do plan it and stick to it, it works really well and I get
Yeah.
stuff done. The weeks where I kind of don't and I think, oh, I'll just work it out as I go, they don't go so well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just looking. We've got a couple of people commenting in the group. Yeah, Andrea, I will definitely add you to that group. If that's what your yes please was about, I'm pretty sure. And Una was just saying that she agrees with you, and I do too. I think, for me, I'm busy. I'm still working pretty much my full-time job. So again, scheduling and putting, you know, dedicating the time that you want to dedicate to it is key. It's just being organized. And you're absolutely 100% correct. It's the busy people that tend to make this business work because they see the vision, they see what's possible, and they just do it because they want it. And I think the excuse of I'm too busy, I can't fit it in, it's actually the best excuse because you are the person that will actually get it done. So don't discount it because you are busy. It's just have a look at how you can fit it in the pockets of
Yeah,
your
and you really
life.
only need half an hour a day, really. And the
Absolutely.
pockets, like, I'll do a lot. Sometimes I'll feel like I've done nothing all day, but I'll have answered 3 messages or
Yep.
quickly commented on a Facebook post or
Yep.
whatever, just during the day in my brain breaks. So
Yeah.
it's
And
just
it's not,
consistency and persistence.
yeah, absolutely.
The
Absolutely.
persistence award.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you got to flick between the two, but yeah, that's true. And I know that if you're new to this idea, it's the action that you actually have to take is really not that difficult. You're probably doing it anyway in your day-to-day life without even realizing that you're doing it. When you recommend a movie to somebody, does the movie producer come over and say, hey, thanks for doing that. Here's some money for doing that. No, they don't. You just do it because you believe it's a great movie and someone has to go and watch it. Or the same when you go to a restaurant that you've eaten beautiful food at, you share it with people. That's all this is. It's just sharing what we have and educating people about what's out there, what's available to them. And it's up to them then to make that informed decision of how much they actually value their health and what they want to do about it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, the bottom line of it. It's really easy. And then you also have amazing leaders like Kim and myself that will help you and support you because we want to see you succeed. Okay, so so you mentioned before that it's helped you to basically pay to go to events and to grow yourself and things like that. So can you elaborate a little bit more on how the income from that second income has helped you in your life, apart from
Okay,
just
well,
going to
yeah,
events and
and
things?
obviously as it's growing, it's gotten helped more and more. But so it was in my first year. I remember one of my leaders saying, do you want to go to an overseas event? And I was like, no. And she was, well, leaders go to these events, and I went, fine, I'm going. And so that was in October. I paid to go to Orlando for a convention, and we had a
Yep.
hurricane, which is kind of cool, very interesting experience. And then I won a trip to Cancun, so that was fun. And then I think every year I've been to the annual overseas convention. Now, with my previous businesses, there's no way I would have gone to an overseas one. I would have just been like, I can't afford that. There's no way. With this, my question is always, who's going to, like, what about the kids and the job? It's not about whether I can afford the trip or not. It's booked,
Yep.
I'm going, end of discussion, and I'll work the rest out.
Yep.
So obviously that's helped me pay to go to our annual conventions, our company trips. If there's a quarterly event in Sydney and I can't make it, I might fly up and do the Brisbane one. Like, I just work around what's convenient. What it's really done though is it gives that access when you're short in your normal budget. So if
Yes.
we ever are over, it's like I can balance out with the network marketing income, which is kind of fun. It's enabled me to help fund a nurse for my mum to help, well, for my dad, to help my mum out with my dad
Yep.
in South Africa, because she just can't afford it. So I can, there's no way if I was just living on my salary that I'd be able to send money over to help her out. So that's just, even just that's life changing, never mind
Yep.
anything else. I mean, that's probably, when I look at why am I doing this, I want to be able to send money to my mum and help her. I want to send more than what she just needs. I want to send her some money to have fun and play. My husband's just dropped an overnight shift that he had. He does care work, and that's impacted our budget a bit. But I know that my network marketing excess can cover that until he picks up something else to make that shortfall. So the things that just give us more choices. Obviously, it helps out my whole family. I'm not cobbing over who can use the good shampoo and the good conditioner and the good skincare. It's like they all can use all the products, because I believe in our products. They're healthy.
Yes.
They're amazing, clean, healthy products. I want my kids on, kids don't always need to be on Protandim, but I'm like, I want my kids to be on Protandim. I want them to have the best start. They're on the probiotic, and my business I can afford it through my business. So we're not sort of skimping on that sort of stuff in the health of the family. And then I also won a trip to the Bahamas, which Sandra went on as well.
Me too.
And it was the most expensive free trip of my life, because I took the kids and Shane, and we went shopping at Walmart instead of nice in Houston first. But again, my business could pay for that. So even though, so we could actually make a really nice family holiday out of that trip, rather than me just going off on my own to the Bahamas, which could have been fun too. But so, it's an adventure. So and then
it's so true. So what you were saying last week when I was talking to G, she said the same thing. Like through all of the COVID, like her husband has a dental business, and he had to close the clinic during the whole COVID period. Had she not had the income from this business, that basically helped them to survive through that period of time. So, I think too, with everything that's been going on in the world, that people are looking for another income stream and what opportunities are out there, and if this is not for you, that's fine, but be careful what you're looking for. Make sure it ticks all the boxes for you, because it's really important to make sure that whatever you're going to get involved in, it's right for you and it's aligned with you and it's going to give you what you want. We actually had a question. Yeah, go on.
With the side gig is that you're right. Multiple streams of income is the way to go. So even when I'm one day a full-time network marketer, even if I'm earning 30 grand a month, 50 grand a month, whatever it ends up being, because that is possible. We know people doing that.
Yeah.
That's not going to be the end of it for me. I'm then going to try and get other investments and things, because you want to have multiple streams. You don't want all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
And sometimes, when it does get tough, my husband will just go, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? It's like, well, even if this takes me 10 years to get to 30 grand a month, let's call it, which is, I know people, G, who was interviewed last week, she's doing, 25 grand a month. I don't
Yeah.
know if she said that,
She didn't.
in 4
She was
years. But
very humble.
yeah, and another friend of ours is on 50, after
Yeah.
4 years. They're working really, really hard, but that's the possibility. Others are earning $500 a month, $2,000 a month. But if it took me 10 years to get to 30 grand a month, let's just say,
Yep.
how much better off am I for my retirement or for my life in 10 years time than if I just
Absolutely.
stay in my day job? Because my day job is not going to increase. Like
Mm.
my day job's never going to be worth 30 grand a month. It's
Yep.
just not. And I'm a fairly qualified accountant, so I
Yep.
earn reasonable money in my day job. So just that, just doing a little bit consistently every day, even if it takes 10 years, can
Mm.
change your life and your generations of life. Like it
Yep.
means my kids will have a different life. Their kids, if I ever get grandkids, will have a different life. And we don't want grandkids. I don't think so.
You're not
No,
old enough yet.
no.
That's all right. We
Then
had a
I'm one day
question.
old.
We had a question from Andrea in the group. It's a great question, actually. She was asking, and this, you're the perfect person to answer this with your accountant background or
Uh-oh.
what you do. It's what you do. She's wanting to know, how does the second income affect things like tax? She's always wondered if it becomes more of a burden, or how do you make it work in your favor?
Yeah, the more money you earn, the more tax you pay. I'd love to pay $1 million in tax. Seriously? Because that means I'd
that
be
means
earning
you're
like 2
earning
million.
3 million.
Exactly. So, don't be scared. Yeah, paying tax is a good problem because it means you're earning more money.
Yeah.
I treated it as a hobby for a while until I got a letter from the tax man saying, it looks like you might have a second job. And I'm like, oh. So I'm not a tax accountant, but I'm an accountant. So I went to go and see a tax accountant who knows tax stuff. And I said, all right, what's the go for, and he said, look, if you're earning income, the government wants to tax you.
Mm.
But when you're starting out, the beauty is a lot of stuff you can claim. So I claimed back 3 grand that year. I was like, fine, you want to make me pay tax? You want me to declare it? I'm going to do it. And I ended up getting about 3 grand back. Now, there's going to come a point where I'm not going to get tax back on my business because I will earn more than I spend or what I spend. But, because you can put quite a few things through your business. And you know what? Bring it on. Honestly, seriously, give me a 30 grand tax bill because that means I'll have had lots more than that.
You're
in the bank.
obviously making enough to be able to afford that.
I mean, you can, when you're earning crazy money, you're probably going to go and get professional advice and set up family trusts, and there's ways and means of optimizing, minimizing your tax probably isn't the right thing to say, but setting it up that you can maximize your tax position. But you've got to get professional help with that. And when the time is right, you can do that because they can create trust, they can backdate things, they can do magical stuff.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not until you're earning is it 75,000 in that particular business, or is it a combined?
People always say that's a GST limit.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of like a, bottom line is, well, this guy said to me, if you're earning an income, they kind of want to see it as an income. So, I'd say if you were earning like an extra 5 grand a year, they're not going to notice it. But if you're earning 3 grand a month, they're going to start noticing it because you're getting that, they can see your bank account. So, and then you just got to get clear on what you deduct. Because, but don't be scared of it. Just go. Mostly, if you go see a tax accountant, they'll probably get you more money back than they charge you. So
true. I hope that answers your question, Andrea. I was going to ask you something else, Kim, and then it's just gone through from my head.
Don't you hate that?
I hate that when that was a really good question too, and it's just gone. I'm trying to think of what it was.
Money, trips, travel.
No. Yep. Andrea said amazing, thank you. So you answered her question.
Awesome.
Well done, Kim.
Any other questions?
There's no others I can see that anyone's posted in the group. So I guess to wrap up, what would you say to people at this point in time if they're kind of sitting on the fence that, why should they make that decision to jump in, basically?
To jump in with a LifeVantage or into another business,
or into another business, or whatever,
I think, if you never look at an opportunity, you're never going to have a chance to change your life. If you leave your life the same as it is now, it's going to be the same. If you don't change anything, nothing's going to change. If you're looking for change, if you're looking to improve your life, if you're looking to not do the mediocre thing, have a look. Talk to people who are offering business opportunities. open your mind, see what's on the table, see what's on offer, and then choose the thing that most aligns with you. If you're going to have a look, I definitely say talk to Sandra or myself or one of us in LifeVantage, because it's definitely one of the businesses that are worth putting in the mix when you're considering businesses.
Yeah.
I know someone who's in one of the travel, well, probably not doing so well now. When she was doing one of the travel ones, you know, she was flourishing with it.
Yeah.
And I think she probably would do better than that than even with us, even though I think we're one of the better companies out there. There, you know, you've got to find your passion, what aligns with you, but have a look. There's no harm in looking, because if it's not for you, you can just say no. And that's perfectly okay. No one's going to hold against you, but have a look and look at what, like, you know, talk to people who have been with some experience to find out what they looked for in a company. Because for instance, before we were with LifeVantage, I didn't really even think about the whole publicly traded versus, you know, mum and dad business thing and the risks and rewards of that, you know, because I was new to the whole industry. Now talking to people with experience in it, or like us with our experience, I know that, yeah, you want to look for a unique product. You don't want something that everybody can get at Aldi. You don't, you know, you want a product that is unique. You want something that's consumable. You know, I love my Thermomix. I love it. But, and I know a Thermomix consultant who does really, really well, wins all the trips, goes on everything, but she's not getting a Thermomix out of me every month. So,
exactly.
she's got to keep finding new business to keep earning an income. So have the conversations, listen to what's going on, and see what ticks your boxes, and just do something. You know, you've got nothing to lose. You know, if you try network marketing in any company, really, mostly you don't pay for your business. You just buy some product and then you have a go and you try your hand at being a business owner. And if you fail and quit, which is silly, but if you did, if you decide, the only way to fail is to quit. So if you decide to quit and therefore fail, you've got products. You've lost nothing. You haven't lost any money. You haven't like, you're not just paying money into a black hole. You know, you're buying a product that you'd use anyway, and you're using amazing products. Like, I seriously, you know, I think we should all be customers of all network marketing companies, because they all have good products. If you need their products, they have good products.
Yeah, they do.
You can't be in business with all of them, and that's okay. But, you know, try the products. Look at the research. Look at the signs. We've got an awesome call by an industry legend who, if you're interested in looking at network marketing at all, ask Sandra to send you the Taylor Warrior call.
Yeah, that was a great call.
Very, very great insight into the network marketing industry, whether it's with LifeVantage or any other company. It just gives you great insight, and it's really inspiring, and will probably help you make a decision as to whether network marketing is for you, because it's not for everybody. But for those who it is for, want to give it a go, it can literally change your life, like, massively.
I remembered my question now.
Oh, good.
So for those people too that think network marketing, it's a pyramid scheme, it's one of those things, or it's a those things. Yeah, it's a get rich quick scheme, and we can both attest that it's not.
Yeah, to get rich slowly, Chris, slowly.
What's your answer to that? Because that's obviously a myth. That, yes, it is a myth, but it's a stigma that's attached itself to network marketing.
Getting less and less and less now, because
it's
the world
less
is
and
waking
less.
up.
Yep,
but yes, so pyramids are illegal for a start. So if it comes to our company, we're a NASDAQ traded company, we're on the stock exchange, we can't be doing illegal stuff. It's not even a discussion that I'm prepared to have with most people. However, that's for those who are just throwing out there's a pyramid scheme, one of those things. If someone really wants to understand how why it works, like, I can show you people in my business above people earning less money. But one of my best, I had this brainwave the other day. So when we relaunched this company into Australia, there's 5 of us, and the way we stacked the 5, we've got Charlotte on, you know, Charlotte's kind of on the top, and then G, and then there's a couple of us, and then there's me. And I went, okay. And the way it works at the moment, they do earn money in that order, but it's because the way we stacked them initially was based on the experience, who had the most time in the business, who would be able to lead Australia and put us on the map, which they've done really well.
Yeah.
But let's just say we decided, for whatever reason, I was going to be at the top. So we put Kim on the top, and then we've got Charlotte, and then we've got G, and then Una, you know, and so on. And I'm still a mum with young kids. I'm still working full time. I still had the level of experience in network marketing that I currently have. So I'm still me, but I'm just now at the top of, you know, I signed everybody else up, right? Charlotte is a Pro 9 earning $50,000 a month at the moment. My business, so for those who don't know, so that's the number of points, if we call it volume going through her business, is like 500,000, right? Yep. Mine is like 26,000.
Yep.
So my ability or level or amount of time and effort I can put in is worth 25,000 points. She would still have 500,000, but I would only be able to access like maybe 30,000 of her 500,000, because I would still be the same level I'm at now, because the rest of my business is only worth 25,000. And it's so cleverly set up that there is no freeloading.
Yes.
So even if she's what we call a pro 9, I would still be a pro 5, maybe a pro 6 if I built the rest of my business cleverly. So yes, it would have helped me, but I would be sitting with someone on 50 grand a month underneath me, and I'd probably be earning 5 or 6 grand a month. So, that's just such a clear example in my head.
Yeah, it's a great, and that's a really good example, Kim.
There's so many others, because you get paid for the value you bring.
Yes.
Which
and the
is
work that you do, pretty much.
Work you do, the skill level, how many people you talk to, and how you grow your leadership, because that's kind of where it gets stuck, you stop at. So
yeah, it's true.
Hope
and
that makes a bit of sense for those who don't know us, but
but I think the point is that, the old way of thinking is only the people at the top make the money. That's not true.
Not at all, no. It's
not
so
true
cleverly set up. It's just,
Yeah.
there is no, I've got people in my business with the whole business underneath them, and all they do is put their product order through. So they might, if they're lucky, if they do qualify to earn anything, they earn $50, where someone under them is earning 500.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't work that way. And it has to be, because it's the business of the future. It's bigger than movies. It's bigger than so many other industries, that it's got to be legit. It's got to be legal. And a pure pyramid scheme, there's no movement of product anyway. We've been talking about product. So you've got to have product moving through a business and through a network. And, I guess a real pyramid is your day job. The CEO is always going to earn more than the cleaner.
Absolutely.
in network marketing, the cleaner can out-earn the doctor.
Yeah, true. Absolutely. So I mean, you've been doing it for what, just over 4 years now? Is that right?
With LifeVantage,
With LifeVantage, and I'm just up to 4 years, and we're still working at the end result goal that we want. So it's not something that you can just go in and make money really quickly. Some people do move really fast, and other people move a little bit slower. And I think it just depends on your experience, your life at the moment. If you are, like, we have children, so we can't be in our business all the time. We still work full-time jobs. So there's a lot of variation.
And also how much you want it, how badly you want it, how
and
desperate you are to make it work at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And that's the biggest thing, I think. And it's up to you. No one else is going to do it for you. You have to do it yourself. Cool. All right. I think we've answered lots of questions. I think we've given people lots of things to talk about, think about. But thanks, Kim. That was fun.
Thank you for having me on tonight.
On
Sandra's little show.
My little show. I love it. It's great. It's good. All right. Thanks, everybody. I don't think there's any more questions. Nope. I think we've answered all the questions. So we'll call it a wrap. Thank you very much.
Bye.
And we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Thanks, Kim.